divergence right off the bat, I would expect. And, oh, we're off.
3 people opening with Sanctuary and getting a book.
Interesting.
Yeah, the book is actually much more relevant now since the patch of the tablet bug earlier. We've got our pendants, our Light World map situation. We've got green pendant at Eastern Palace and normal crystals at Desert and Hera.
Yeah, so vanilla green pendant. I find early book often tends to point towards early desert play, but could always just be bait as well.
Very true.
Oh, Technolink checked the lumberjack, but I didn't see what was there.
It appeared to just be 3 bombs.
Okay, nothing too exciting.
Meanwhile, Stogietown is doing the Chris Houlihan room, which is an opening we don't often see. Oh, hello. We've got lift upgrade in the Lost Woods.
And he might not have gone for that Houlihan if he'd known that the uncle was handing out 300 rupees.
Well, I mean, you put that together with the uncle and you get the glove situation. I mean, that's Zora right there.
That's true.
I don't ever consider Houlihan to be a bad play unless you get 300. This is a pedestal check.
Just bombs.
More triple bombs.
Alright, Blaine destroying our pedestal hopes less than 2 minutes into the seed.
World record Dream Crusher.
Alright, we got Stogietown heading for Sahasrara. We'll see what is behind there. Some arrows, some bombs, some money. Trifecta of junk items.
Alright, Technolink picks up the glove. Gamachu is also going to go check that pedestal.
And it looks like Technolink going to be the first runner actually heading into Kakariko.
Yep. Good old, just a massive chunk of items available here.
And Blaine going for back of escape.
Yep, with that glove, it is a pretty solid check here. Hook shot, hello.
That's a nice find.
And the key, I think he was considering going backwards, but deciding against it.
Yeah, that dark cross chest, it's an easy one to isolate, so it's tempting to go in there, but without a sword or a lamp or a fire rod, it is a bit of a time sink if you aren't able to get through there perfectly. Sarah Zelda asks, where do I want the pearl? I always want to see the pearl on the pyramid ledge. That's always fun.
Hey, there's our lamp for Gamachu in Blind's Hut. So the logic has just opened up Death Mountain for us.
Yep. And not to mention that dark chest in Dark Cross. Stogietown checking out the dam, and Blaine checking out Mini Moldorm Cave.
Hey, a sword in the well. And a moon pearl.
Alright. We got a bottle in Mini Moldorm Cave with blue goo. That's always nice. So Blaine will be glad he got that before heading to Kakariko. And we're going to get an Ice Rod Cave check from Blaine.
Alright, today's Ice Rod Cave has just 50 rupees.
Alright, well, it's looking like Death Mountain might be the play. Of course, we're only boots away from being able to full clear, what do you call it, Desert Palace. Of course, it could
Yeah,
even...
there is that. Of course, it might not even be Death Boots locked, and then you'd be in great shape.
Yeah, so I wonder if we'll see any runners head there soon, or if they may hope to find a boots first.
And for those of you who previously weren't watching, you know, like myself, the race game is just garbage, so we'll not be heading there.
We got Stogie Town doing a fake flippers glitch. He'll check out Hobo and a couple other spots. No Moon Pearl yet, so there's not actually a lot he can do here.
It looks like Stogie Town did something.
I don't quite know what is happening.
Got a little bit of a glitch here that I've not seen before.
No, it looks like he's invisible. Is he? I'm trying to figure out what happened. Meantime, Blaine is going to get bombos from the Sick Kid.
Sick Kid Bombos, very nice.
That is a strange glitch on Stogie Town's end.
Alright, so Gamachu is going to go through the back of Escape here with the lamp in hand. Oh, Titan's Mitts! Excuse me!
And we got Mitts in Dark Cross. Yeah, no, for Stogie Town, I wonder if he may have accidentally triggered the exploration glitch. I've seen that happen before. I don't know exactly how it happens, but
yeah,
somehow
the most likely explanation. I think he was on just a different plane.
Yeah.
What was going on there?
That's my guess as to what happened there.
Alright, Technolink looks to be heading to Death Mountain right now.
Alright, we'll see some new checks. We got actually a lot of items we can get up here with those Titan's Mitts and Hookshot. Stogie Town getting his sword and Moon Pearl. It looks like Blaine is gonna head towards the front of Escape. So that's also, I don't think anyone's been in there yet.
It looks like Technolink is going to have Dead Rock issues.
And was that a shovel on the old man?
It was a shovel, yes.
Oh, that could lead to something. First chest in the front of escape, just some money.
And I think based on what we know, at least one of the chests down here is going to be the map.
Yeah. Technolink, meanwhile, spotted the Cane of Burna on top of Spectacle Rock. Could be convenient to get to Spike Cave if we can find the mirror. Of course, we'll also need the hammer first.
And a garbage hint in Spectacle Rock Cave.
Right, Boyne coming up to the ball and chain guard.
He's setting up for the Death Warp, so it does seem likely that he will go for that Dark Cross chest.
Yep.
Which,
So
as we know, is going to help out immensely.
Yeah, he'll get his Titan mitts there. And Technolink now heading towards Eastern Death Mountain. There's a whole pile of items to collect here. Oh, here's our Dark World map check. We got pendants at Swamp and Ice. We got our 5-6 crystals at Pod and Turtle Rock.
Could be a Flippers in GT seed.
It could be, yeah. And okay, Gamachu gonna check out Village of Outcasts. Gets some bombs and some money from the chest game.
Alright, Boyne has acquired his Titan's mitts. We got boots!
Very nice find, along with that single arrow. So, Desert Palace now fully completable for Technolink. And Gamachu is going to head straight into Thieves' Town. He hasn't got the hammer, so he may just be doing the front 4 chests. We'll have to see.
I imagine with it being a crystal, you go ahead and complete it here, even if it's going to strand something in the basement.
Yeah, could do that. It's always a tough decision. Alright, Technolink heading into Super Bunny Cave now. I think he did not go into Spiral Cave. So he may be isolating that.
Yeah, I think he intended on going into Spiral Cave, but missed the bomb jump in Paradox Cave and decided to just head for the portal.
Yeah. And Stogie Town gonna head for Skull Woods. And there's a bottle for Technolink. Gamachu is going to do the back of Thieves' Town, so he really is going to hope there is no item in that big chest. And we see Turtle Rock requires the Ether Medallion.
Very true. And I imagine Technolink will next be heading to Hookshot Cave.
So channel finding the big key.
Master Sword. So Master Sword and Hookshot Cave. And the last chest is just 20 rupees. But hey, free sword.
Yep. So Technolink can save and quit. So I wonder if we'll see Spiral Cave on Blaine's end. We'll see if Technolink passed up anything useful there. Looks like Technolink is going to head straight for Desert, which I think is a sensible play. Or it's going to stop at the dam first.
Yes, the Lumberjack Cave was in fact checked. We found out it was just bombs.
Gamachu on just a heart and a half, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful here. And Blaine heading into Paradox Cave. He'll get his boots in a moment. Gamachu finding the compass, so he will be stranding an item in Thieves' Town.
That is an unfortunate situation, but we will find out if it's important. I'm sure.
I believe this is our first look at Agina's Cave.
Mm-hmm.
And just a piece of heart there. Oh, I missed, but apparently the fire rod was on Bumper Ledge, according to chat.
That is apparently what happened. Oh, speaking of flippers, I mean, we weren't actually speaking of flippers at the moment, but we did just see them on blind.
Yep. And here's Blaine heading into Spiral Cave. And Technolink gets the small key in Desert. And just 10 arrows in Spiral Cave, so Technolink not going to miss anything there.
So we're being told that before heading into Spiral Cave, Wayne saw something on the floating island that we know to be important. And that's the magic cape.
Okay, well. So mirror going to be required. And Technolink, by the way, found a Tempered Sword in Desert Palace. And Stoge Town can do the dig game. And there's that big key on the torch. So Desert Palace was boots locked.
Oh, there's our mirror.
Wow.
Desert
All right.
paying out big.
Yeah.
Oh, and okay, not quite vanilla flute, but close enough.
Okay, all of our runners finding some interesting items now. So with that flute, we'll also eventually get a look at the Misery Mire medallion, and we'll get an idea of what items we're going to need for Go mode. Meantime, here's Hype Cave, starting off with a fairy and a bottle.
Silver arrows. And that's about it.
So, nothing too exciting, except those silver arrows are nice to have, but no real progression. And we got just some money in the King's Tomb on Blaine's End. Technolink gonna go face Landmo. We already seen both items in Desert, but he is gonna get a crystal here.
Speaking of which, Gamachu is about to activate the flute, and I may have something prepared. If you die in this game, it can be pretty lame. It can mess up your brain and be real bad. But even if you did meet your untimely end, well, you still got your friend, the Duck of Swag.
Bravo. Okay, Technolink, first runner with a crystal. And we're gonna see what the not the lumberjacks, the blacksmiths are holding on to.
I think Gamachu has a crystal from Thieves Town, but
oh, that's right, yes.
Oh, is that the Cane of Samaria? Because I think it's the Cane of Samaria.
That looked like the Cane of Samaria. Wow. This seed, I don't want to make predictions too early, but this seed's looking like a fast one. Of course, we still don't know. There's a few items we still don't know. We are going to get a look at the Mire medallion here on Gamachu's side.
Looks like Quake to me.
I couldn't see it very well. Quake. Okay, so we are going to need to find that medallion.
Oh, no. There's the bow!
Wow. So let's take stock of what we're missing now. We need the ice rod, we need the hammer, and we need the Quake medallion. And I think that's about it.
We also need the ether medallion.
Oh yes, ether. Okay, so 2 medallions, and a hammer, and ice rod. That's what we're looking for. Technology's gonna head into Hera. So I think that said a unique item is in plain sight, which is not a very helpful hint. We have already seen there was that Cane of Burna on Spectacle Rock, so it could just be talking about that.
That could be the case, yes. But then again, it could be a couple other things. You could be talking about Zora Ledge, various other locations. So,
of course, we saw the Fire Rod on Bumper Ledge. We saw the Cape on Floating Island. There's lots of unique items in plain sight. So. Hey. Technolink finding out the purple chest is not worth the time, but getting the blue mail.
Picked up the blue mail, yeah, exactly.
Technolink, not able to get the bonk off the chest because of that fireball getting in his way.
Yeah, so little tip for those of you who might have some trouble with that. One of the things you want to do there is when you're trying to dash against something in a 1-tile wide gap like that, start by facing, left or right there and dash, and then while you're building up the dash, turn up.
Yeah, I think that's you hear that sometimes called a dash turn, which is a pretty self-explanatory name. I 'm But here's the...
Oh, nearly fell in that hole, but pulled it out there. Technolink taking down Trolldorm here.
Yeah, and he'll get his second crystal. And that was a piece of heart, so we do not have to go into the basement.
Seems like a wonderful place to be.
Yeah. Gamachu and Stogie Town collecting their boots now. So all our runners have the boots. And Technolink gonna head into... Where's he heading?
Well, he's going over to East Death Mountain the only way he can.
Oh, that's right. No hammer.
Yeah, I think he's planning on doing Spiral Cave that he skipped a while back.
Yeah, and he'll... But he'll also... Oh, he's just got stuck inside a dead rock. That's not fun. He'll also be able to grab that cape off the floating island.
That is true. Hopefully he'll take a look at that.
Also, he may have skipped the ether tablet. I hope he doesn't... Because there was a bug where there was no progression on the ether tablet, but that has been fixed, so I hope he's aware of that.
Yeah, very true. It is 100%
oh, chat saying he checked ether already.
Okay. He did get the ether.
He did that before here, okay. So that's good.
So Gamachu is going to go ahead and check Spiral Cave. He did see the cape, so it does look like he's going to go back up for the cape.
That'll be good. I'm not sure if he's aware of the fire rod, but he will need that cape.
Yeah, it is the sort of thing where you want to go ahead and grab it because it could be useful. And it's pretty good self-awareness on his part to realize, yes, I have the Cane of Burna, but the cape can unlock one additional item, so I should still go get it. And Wayne picks up the flute.
Alright, so once we get that Cane of Samaria, actually no, we can't get into Mire or Turtle Rock just yet, so where are our runners going to head next? Maybe Pod. No one's been in Pod yet. We do have...
Darkness is a viable option.
Yeah. We're still looking for that hammer, but at this point, there's a very good chance it could be in Pod.
That's true. And I don't think anyone's been to Pyramid or Catfish yet, eh?
Yeah, I don't recall seeing those. There's also some other one-off places like the Graveyard Ledge. Bombo's Tablet is available. And Checkerboard Cave as well. Though I don't think any runner has all the items necessary to get those.
Yeah, sadly enough, Technolink being the one runner with the mirror doesn't have the flute.
Yeah. But, so I think probably what's going to happen is that for the next little bit, we're going to see all the runners just sort of retracing each other's steps. Without that hammer, I don't see anyone heading to Pod anytime really soon.
Alright. Wayne picks up the Cane of Samaria, while Stogie Town is in Desert, gonna grab the mirror.
Technolink, Pinky Gum. Bombos, which is the only medallion we don't need. Gamachu, Stogie Town, and Blaine all working on Desert. And Technolink is going to head into the Village of Outcast area.
Dash, I'm not sure where you're getting that one, but that's going to be a GT key if you're like playing a key sanity seed, and that's the case.
Yep. Technolink over in the C-shaped house. Let's hope he goes up to check bumper ledge. Now he's going to go down south first.
He is at least going to get that wonderful cane of Samaria. Stogie Town, heading to Checkerboard Cave, just a blue rupee.
Yeah, he'll get his bow here as well from the Meyer shed. There's the mirror for Blaine and Gamachu. And Technolink remembering that hint about the purple chest, so he'll be skipping that.
Getting the brewery check, while Gamachu and Stogie Town both heading into the back of Desert to finish that off.
Yeah, and Blaine gonna take that mirror and do the Meyer area checks before finishing Desert.
Yep, this shed in particular, one of Blaine's personal nightmares.
And Technolink gonna head into Thieves Town.
Still no hammers from anybody.
Yep.
We may have hammer go mode today, which is a pretty interesting situation.
Yep.
Hammer go mode is almost some people actually really prefer something like hammer go mode because it means you got locked out of getting debated into so many places.
Yeah. The worst is when it's down to like hammer and one other item, say the ice rod, and then you find the hammer first. Now you got to go check all your hammer locations to try to find that ice rod. That's the worst. So, but when you do have a hammer go mode, yeah, it's pretty nice.
I think we all know that the ice rod is sitting in Turtle Rock, right?
There's a good chance of that.
Well, we did have one runner try to check a flipper spot.
Yeah, had that weird glitch.
Some weird shenanigans there.
So what do you think? Is the hammer going to be really trolly today, or is it just going to be in pod or something like that?
I mean, that sounds pretty trolly to me just by itself, but
I guess a little bit, but the worst would be if it's in swamp or ice or something ridiculous like that.
yeah, that would be kind of dumb. So I think if you're looking for hammer, ice is probably a better play than swamp, but you want to go to anywhere else before you go to both of those places.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're diving into swamp or ice without the hammer, that's a pretty big gamble for the
You know where
most
I
part.
bet? You know where I bet the hammer is? I bet it's on Armos Knights
Oof,
or the
that'd be
Green
rough.
Pendant. One or the other. Okay, Gamachu putting the flippers to good use now.
Yeah, so we'll see these checks that Stogie Town tried to do. The hammer could very well be here, actually.
Yeah, that would be particularly disappointing for Stogie Town.
Just a piece of art. Alright, Boyne heading in to take care of Moldorm. He'll get his first crystal.
Unfortunately, we do know that the pedestal is just bombs. That was checked literally less than 2 minutes into the seed.
Yep. Technolink working on blind, and Gamachu getting the bug net out of the waterfall.
Alright, so just arrows on the Zora ledge. Let's go see what King Zora has to sell us.
I predict he's just going to sell us some money.
Yep, and welcome to Zora's Payday Loan Corporation.
So Gamachu takes a 99% loss there. And there's Graveyard Ledge, just 50 bucks. And Technolink heading up. Gonna check Bumper Ledge, I would assume. Yeah. And probably he'll take that Fire Rod and head straight into Skull Woods.
Technolink is pretty excited about finding that Fire Rod. And let's be fair, I would be too.
And Stogie Town gonna collect a Fire Rod as well. Meanwhile, Blaine gonna head into Thieves Town. So I think that's gonna be all of our runners. Or has Stogie Town done Thieves Town yet? No, he hasn't. He doesn't have the flippers. So he's the only one who might find the hammer before heading there.
In before Ice Rod in the big chest.
Yeah, that would be pretty evil. And Gamachu heading through Tower of Hera. Technolink and Stogie Town right on each other's heels here.
right. We've got some moth to kill. Stogietown going directly to Moth, while Technolink is heading for this chest here. This may have something to do with the fact that I believe Stogietown already cleared out a good portion of Skull Woods.
Yeah, Technolink skipped the front of Skull Woods, went straight to the back, does find some rupees there in the first chest.
Well, at least we know that's where one of the two items are. The fluke is on Stumpsman.
Technolink gonna make use of that Bombos medallion.
And Stogietown facing off against Moth, doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, Moth is not too bad a fight with the Tempered Sword, just takes 4 slashes, but the problem is if you knock him into the spikes, he doesn't take any damage. It's kind of a, I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's what the developers intended, but it is annoying.
They wanted to make him immune to the spikes. Apparently that meant that any sort of damage with those spikes was going to do that, and it also makes him immune to Gold Sword slashes and Tempered Sword spins. Because they just use the damage value from the spikes to make him immune.
Yep.
Because that is how you do programming.
And there is the map of Mothula, so there is another item in the front of schools. I don't know if we've seen it yet.
I imagine Stogietown has it.
Yeah. Gamachu's seen the fire rod, but does not have that cape yet. Same with Blaine.
True, yeah. This is not, high level, highly abstracted programming. You're doing this in like very low level languages, so yeah.
Yeah. And when you think the original game fit inside of 1 megabyte, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you should see the compression algorithm they use to get these graphics to work. It is a thing of beauty.
And there's our other item in the big chest, just bombs. So Technolink can save and quit. He definitely has the lead in terms of crystals right now, with 4. But anything can still happen. He's not been to Meyer Shed yet to get that bow. So he's going to check out South Shore, which he hasn't done yet.
Now I finally see what was in good old K45 / Grove Ledge. That's 300 rupees. So once again, nothing huge. Wait a minute. Has Technolink not done Mini Moldorm Cave?
No, I think he skipped South Shore. He did the dam on his way to Desert, but hasn't been over to this area yet.
That is a bold move, Cotton. Alright, so Boyne did pick up the cape. I imagine he did finish Desert as well.
Yeah, Stogietown checking out the Bombos tablet, just some arrows there. And Technolink can do flipper checks.
I mean, was it the Concord plan, though, Math Girl?
I definitely remember seeing a race where someone forgot to check. Yeah.
Oh.
I they might like I think they started in Sanctuary and then they got the flute early, so they just never had a reason to start at Link's house.
That seems like the sort of thing I would do at least once.
Oh, look at this Stogie Town heading into ice. He's
Wait.
a unique item in
Oh,
Thieves Town.
that was Flippers.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute.
It's definitely an interesting play to head in here before going to check out Pod. Although Stogie Town does not have the flippers yet. So this is out of logic for him.
He's doing the sequence break here.
I think he just wants the hints.
Alright.
Red rupees, just
rupees.
the first item. Gamchu going to get his fire rod, so all of our runners will have that now.
I'm waiting for somebody to do the Pod and Eastern dip.
Yeah, no one's even been into Eastern yet.
I feel like the hammer's got to be in Eastern Palace. Like, it doesn't have to be, but it really feels like it might be.
Yeah.
Now, if the hammer is here in Ice Palace, the Galaxy Brain is real. A map and a unique item is in Left Side Swamp. Now, we know that's not the hammer, but it very well could be the Ice Rod, or the Ether Medallion, or the Quake Medallion. Any of the things we're looking for here.
Yep. Stogie Town gonna forego the Ice Palace bomb jump, which I think is kind of the standard play when you are dipping ice with no hammer.
Yeah, that's generally the play. That is a classic moment there in chat. Alright, Stogie Town gonna check out the Freezor chest here. A map. And looks like we're gonna head for Iced Tea.
Yeah. So I believe there's 2 more chests that Stogie Town can get that are in Logic. The Iced Tea Room and the Spike Room. And if he finds a big key, yeah, he'll be able to open the big chest. Technolink finally doing the south part of Dark World, so he'll grab his flute. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him... Oh, he doesn't have that bow yet, so I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised to see him have the pod.
There's Ether!
Oh.
So Ether in Ice Palace.
That's a required item, but unfortunately Stogie Town, yeah, it's not going to be able to do much with it till he finds the hammer.
It is pendant ice, yes. And from the hint we saw, it might also be a required pendant swamp.
Here's Blaine heading up to Catfish. I believe this is not something we've seen yet.
And that's going to do it for Ice Palace right now. Stogie Town probably fairly pleased with the Ether Medallion, although that doesn't get him anything immediately.
Just money with the grumpy fish.
Stogie Town acquiring some potions. Meanwhile, Technolink is going to check the Bombos tablet, and what do we have? 10 arrow. Wayne is going to go ahead and run out of Zora's domain. I'm thinking he hasn't checked the waterfall yet.
Technolink remembering that he hasn't checked Stumpy, so he's heading back to get that flute. And looks like, yeah, I think Stogie Town was waiting for the hammer to go into Thieves Town, but he's kind of given up on that. Deciding he's just got to get that crystal.
Looks like Gamachu will also be heading over to Catfish.
Yeah, and Boyne is not leaving, so I think he's going to check Pyramid and maybe dip into Pod.
Yeah, that does seem like the play at the moment. I'm not sure if he'll go into Pod first or go Eastern. I imagine Pod first because it's a crystal, but, you know, Eastern is actually completable.
Yeah.
We have powder on Pyramid.
Powder is
the alliteration department.
Yeah. Powder is an annoying check to do without the hammer because you have to mirror into the Batcave, jump down the ledge, and then you can't get back into your portal afterwards. So, yeah, without that hammer, it's an annoying check to route in. Alright, so we are seeing a pod play from Boyne. And Technolink now with that flute is going to go, straight to the mire area. So he'll get his bow and he'll get the info on that mire medallion.
Alright, Boyne is the first of our runners to dip into Palace of Darkness. And it turns out we are bow-locked here in Palace of Darkness, so anybody who tried to come in here without the bow was going to be sorely disappointed.
Yeah, you could always bottle glitch in, but it's always nicer to go within logic, isn't it?
A unique item is in the dark. Interesting. But we know where that was. That was the glove, right?
Yes, yeah, the glove, but there's also a few locations in the dark and Pod, so...
True. What's interesting about that is that the glove is considered a unique item even though there are two of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that was decided, but that's just the way it is.
I think it makes sense, just because you want to know where that is.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's Butter. That means this is going to be a small key as well as all the other chests up in the front. That includes the big key chest, the Stalfos chest, and the ledge chest.
It looks like Technolink gonna be doing the same route Boyne just did, and go check Catfish, Graveyard Ledge, and then maybe Pyramid and Pod.
I do love seeing the hammer on Magic Bat, I'm not gonna lie. That does feel like fun.
That would be an awful troll. But it can happen.
Nobody's checked Pyramid Fairy mainly because nobody has the hammer and can't beat Pod.
Yeah.
Or Turtle Rock, for that matter.
Yeah. In fact, really the only thing that could be a Pyramid Fairy is that Quake Medallion.
Yep. hammer!
There it is.
In Palace of Darkness, in the Harmless Hellway. That's an interesting place for the hammer to be.
And every runner has finished Thieves Town without checking a big chest. So at least if there is an item there, it's going to troll everyone equally.
My God. Is Stogie Town about to do the one chest in Swamp?
Looks like he is. He is really making some gambles, this seed. He's not going to find the hammer, so it's not going to pay off for him.
He is going to get this hint. Pretty useless.
Yep.
Now we know that Left Side Swamp does have a unique item. Could be the ice rod, could just be like the mushroom or something.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, so we're for no mode, we're looking for the ice rod, and we're looking for the quake. Oh.
Okay, quake in the first chest of Swamp. Not like a huge deal, but I mean, Stogie Town still needs the hammer, but that quake is going to give him access to Misery Mire.
Yeah. So, as usual, we're down to the ice rod for go mode, or no mode at least. But yeah, those are some interesting plays by Stogie Town. Dipping swamp and ice without the hammer, and finding both required medallions.
Yeah, I don't believe Stogie Town has the hammer. No.
Nah, I don't think he's been to pod yet.
So we know that both Pendant Swamp and Pendant Ice will have to be dipped by all of our runners at some point. Which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, but these plays could really pay off for Stogie Town. Depending on where that ice rod ends up. But chances are, if that ice rod is, say it's in Turtle Rock, our other runners might end up full clearing swamp or ice.
Yeah. I mean, so, like, Blaine will probably go to ice pretty soon. He'll get the Ether Medallion, and if he checks the hint, he'll see something is unique in Swamp and might go for that. Blaine is going to go for Eastern, though.
Not a bad play. Three items in Eastern, as well as that green pendant. Alright, Gamachu about to collect his hammer, and Technolink on his way into pod as well. Someone in chat asking who's ahead. It's really hard to tell right now.
I would give the edge to Stogie Town just because he's got the two medallions, and once he gets the hammer, he's going to be pretty solidly.
Yeah.
Good shape. There's the ice rod.
Wow. Okay. So that's no mode for us. And required dips in all 3 pendant dungeons. So, yeah, Buena's got that ice rod. Stogie has those 2 medallions. It's going to be really tough to say who's in the lead right now. You know, Stogie could end up dipping Turtle Rock without that ice rod and being disappointed.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see Stogietown go back into Swamp, given that hint he found.
Yeah. But, I mean, given the plays he's made, if he dips into Eastern Palace right after Pod, he'll be in go mode. There's a hammer for Stogietown, and he does not like that. Little does he know, he is right next to where he needs to go to be in go mode.
Alright, so Bwain electing to head into... I'm assuming this is a... Well, no, he's done Skull Woods. I wonder what he's doing here.
Maybe checking Magic Bat? Maybe...
Oh yeah, that's a possibility. Is he going back into Thieves Town?
I hope not, but maybe. Okay, it looks like he's going for Magic. Oh, he's doing Hammer Pegs and Magic Bat.
Alright, yeah, that seems legit.
There's Helmosaur down for Gamma Chew.
Technolink is also clearing up. Pod will be picking up the hammer shortly.
Technolink testing out his hammer. Just a heart container on the bat.
Now, luckily for Gamachu, he's also heading into Eastern Palace. That's going to pay off pretty well for him.
Yep. So, Stogietown now is going to do Helmosaur, and then this will be a big moment. If he mirrors and goes into Eastern Palace, he will be in go mode, and he will have a commanding lead. If he does not do that, then he's going to be stuck for quite a while looking for that ice rod. Oh, Blaine is going into Thieves Town to check that item. He's going to be disappointed. And he's getting out the mirror. He's going into Eastern Palace, or is he going to flute away? What's he going to do?
I'm not sure.
Here's Gamachu going to get the ice rod.
Alright, so the mirror occurs, and he's going into
He's going in. Alright, Stogietown going to be in go mode in just a couple of minutes. So, yeah, I think at this point it's safe to say Stogietown has a pretty massive lead right now. And Blaine, where's Blaine going? He's going to do Spike Cave. So, if you're just tuning in, Blaine, Gamachu are missing the 2 medallions for Mire and Turtle Rock. We know that Ether is in Ice Palace and Quake is in Swamp Palace. Technolink also missing the Ice Rod, which is in Eastern, as well as those 2 medallions. Stogie Town did kind of a very interesting gambles, heading into Ice and Swamp without the hammer, and not finding the hammer, but finding both medallions that he needs.
Yeah, and, it's just the level of stubbornness it had to have taken to avoid Pod while looking for the hammer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just very interesting routing, but it worked out perfectly for Stogie Town. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be very interested to hear his thoughts afterwards about heading into those 2 dungeons without the hammer. And Technolink, unfortunately, has not gone into Eastern. He's fluted away. And it's going to take him quite a while to find that Ice Rod, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And Blaine's heading into Swamp, so he will find the Quake medallion. Unfortunately, I think he's going to end up full clearing the entire dungeon.
Yeah, that is quite possible. Nope, he's peacing out. Looks like he might decide to go to Mire, finish that thing, and then maybe pick another location to go.
Yeah, but it's hard to, I think chances are he'll probably end up coming back to Swamp before going to Ice, but I don't know. We'll see.
There's a possibility.
Gamachu also heading into Swamp. And he is thinking, and he's going to do the same thing. He's going to mirror out and go to Mire. Yeah, I do believe half magic counts as a unique item. So that could be what's on the left side of Swamp. Technolink also going in, unfortunately, to check the Thieves Town big chest. Gamachu not killing the bird. Kind of one interesting thing here with the Bombos and Ether. The Bombos will kill that bird right away, and Ether will freeze it, but Quake will not, and that bird will damage you if you don't kill it before using the Quake medallion.
Luckily, it will only damage you once.
Yeah, but the annoying thing is if you have full health, you won't get sword beams, and sword beams are really, really nice for this first Wizard Room.
True facts.
So, just this is a little thing I always make sure to do.
Looks like we might have vanilla big key today.
Yep. Blaine sitting on 1.5 heart. Gonna go ahead and use his blue potion there. Alright, Stogie, being in go mode, is gonna head straight to the boss. And if you thought his routing couldn't get any better, his last 2 crystals, Turtle Rock and Hera, both on the mountain. So he can kind of do them along with GT all in one fell swoop.
Alright, so let's recap some of these items here. So the ether medallion was in Ice Palace in the Iced Tea room. No. Yes, Iced Tea room, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
The boots is in Paradox Cave, according to that hint. There was also a hint in Ice Palace hinting that there was a unique item on the left side of Swamp.
Yeah, and we've not seen that yet, but it can't be anything required. We're still missing, let's see, the couple of boomerangs, mushroom, and half magic. So could be any of those. But there's crystal number 5 for Stogie Town.
The males are not considered unique items, no, Math Girl. Alright, Technolink is gonna get that ice, or that ether medallion pretty soon. Meanwhile, Stogie Town is gonna be heading for Turtle Rock and Tower of Hera.
Oh no. Technolink mirroring out of ice, why? He got that hint about Swamp, and now he's going to go straight to Swamp. So he'll get the Quake medallion, but he is passing up that Ether medallion.
That's going to be pretty unfortunate for Technolink.
Yeah. And Technolink heading into Swamp now. Blaine finishing off Vitreous. Stogie Town heading into Turtle Rock. Alright, now, Blaine... Okay, he hasn't done Desert yet, so he's probably going to mirror and do that. But then...
he has done Desert. Oh, okay, he got the mirror, but he didn't finish Desert. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
was like, how did he get the mirror and not do desert? Oh, he just didn't finish desert. I'm a dumb.
Alright, Technolink is gonna go, unfortunately, he'll do the left side first since he knows there's a unique item there.
Well, at least we'll get to find out what that unique item is.
Yep.
I'm personally curious.
But it's not going to be what he wants, and I suspect he'll probably end up full clearing the whole dungeon. Pretty nice slime mo fight from Boyne. It looks like Gamachu's heading back for Swamp. But Boyne, fortunately, is going for Ice.
That is going to work out in his favor. So it may be fairly close between Boyne and Stogietown at this rate, depending on how quickly Boyne gets to that Ether Medallion.
Yeah.
Because Stogietown still does have to finish Tower of Hera, although that is a fairly quick dungeon.
Yeah. I suspect Stogietown will still be in the lead by a couple minutes, but I think it'll be close enough that GT big key routing could shake things up.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna be like a nail biter, but it's gonna be closer than you think.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about Boyne's decision to head to Ice Palace before Swamp. Given that they are right.
I really hope that hint there doesn't dissuade him from continuing. Oh no!
Oh no! No. Okay, well, scratch that. Stogietown is way ahead.
Yep, it's over.
Technolink decided not to full clear the rest of Swamp. Decides he wants to go to Meyer instead.
Here we go. Stogietown finds the small key here. Oh, apparently he managed to find half magic here in Turtle Rock.
Okay, well, that's not our item on left side Swamp then.
Yeah, I believe we found a blue boomerang over there.
Yeah, Gamachu did not go in Ice Palace yet, so I don't think he got the hint about left side Swamp, so he skipped it for now. Did Technolink must have done left side, right? I didn't see what was there.
Apparently it was a blue boomerang.
Oh, okay. Alright, there is Trinex down for Stogie. And he will head over to Tower of Hera. That should be a very quick dungeon. And then he'll be on to GT.
He doesn't have 7 crystals yet, guys.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, we don't really run the bot during the dailies.
Yeah, I guess we can't really stop people from throwing numbers in chat, but we'll get to it in a minute.
You're not allowed to do 14, though. That one's mine. No, I'm kidding.
Gamachu done with Swamp. He does not look too happy, but he's heading to Ice now.
Wayne is about to get jebaited. And there it is.
So unfortunately, he'll be clearing out the rest of this.
Oh, Stogie Town is skipping the blue mail.
Oh.
I mean, he doesn't need to open any chests here.
Yep. But, alright, well, why don't we start the game now, since he'll be in GT after just a quick mirror. Dr. Bob, you said you're going to go with 14?
I usually go with Bob's chest, whenever that is. If we're not running the actual bot, you know.
I always pick different numbers. I'll go with number 9 today. Alright, Stogie Town now heading into GT is going to go left side first. And on the torch, a heart container. Being on green mail, he's going to pick that up.
Fair enough. Everybody is getting jebaited by that hint in Ice Palace.
Oh no. Gamachu mirrored out as well.
We've got a small key and a big key. That's it. Number 3.
Oh, very quick key today, and Stogie Town heading up GT.
As tends to be the case today, Stogie Town just making all the right plays at the right time.
Let me scroll through, see if anyone got number 3. No, I don't see any number 3s. Knocko Plays, I think, was closest with 5. As was Nanoha with number 1. So, congrats to the two of you.
Stogie Town doing a very nice little strat here to get through the Ganon balls here. falling down and then doing a dash. Just taking some intentional damage to get the iframes. He's getting a little bit beat up here, but a fairy drops. I mean, when you're lucky, you're lucky. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I think he may still have a blue potion left. I don't recall him using it. And Blaine getting the single rupee off of Vargas. Gonna pick up that pendant just in case it's a ped seed, which we know it's not.
Alright, so now is Boyne gonna head back to Ice Palace?
Looks like it.
Yeah, I think Stogie Town did use his blue potion against Mothiel, but I also saw him go buy another one.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. And Technolink 1 hour 20. Yeah. Technolink got 1 hour 27 minutes, finally doing his uncle check.
Nice.
So,
he's not unlike me in that respect. I will buy blue potions any chance I get.
Yeah.
But especially I do so because I'm bad. He does so just because he wants to be prepared.
Yeah, well, especially like on green mail, GT and Ganon can be quite difficult.
So I haven't even looked at the IRC, but if anyone has finished before Stogie Town, I would be flabbergasted.
Yeah. Stogie Town gonna attempt to hover, but does not make it very far. Blaine, meanwhile, heading into ice. He'll be very, very unhappy, I think, to find that Ether Medallion. And Technolink heading into Eastern, he'll find the Ice Rods. This is good for him, actually. Because once he finds the Ether in Ice Palace, he'll be in Go mode. And, yeah, this will prevent him from potentially dipping Turtle Rock without the Ice Rod.
Stogie Town is just squandering his lead here on Storm 2, but I still don't think anyone is anywhere close to him. Like, just given the just near perfection of the route that he took.
Yeah.
And the severe unlikeliness that anybody else would have taken that route.
And we got a vanilla big 20 in the post-Smoldorm chest.
Very nice move on Boyne's part, putting a bomb in that hint tile that baited him. Meanwhile, Stogie Town is on the Geometry Wizard. Not getting particularly good patterns, it looks like. So far managed only one hit in 3 cycles. Ugh.
Yeah.
They're ugly. There we go, there's a double.
And Gamma Chu now heading back to Thieves Town to check that big chest.
There we go, a 6-cycle Aga 2, but I mean, those were not very good patterns.
No.
7th cycle, apparently.
But we have our Ganon fight for Stogie. You know you God routed when you're on Ganon and no one else is even in Go mode yet.
Though, for fans of Stogie Town, I do have one piece of bad news. It does look like someone else has finished in first place. That was Ultima with a 1:30.11.
Oh. Gamachu not happy with that heart. Alright, Technolink looks like heading to ice. So he will be in Go mode as soon as he finds that Ether Medallion. And Stogie Town finishing off Ganon. Get your GGs in chat for Stogie Town on a absolutely great run. And yeah, and he crosses the finish line. He comes in second place with an official SRL time, 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 14 seconds.
Yep, well played. Well done. And Bwayne, it looks like, has managed to locate the Ether Medallion and will be finally finishing off this seed as well.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we will see if Stogie Town wants to join us for an interview.
So basically, he decided to be extremely stubborn and not go into pod without the hammer. So he went into ice, he went into swamp without the hammer, and that got him both the medallions, and then after finishing out pod, he went into Eastern for the ice rod.
Yeah.
Because you're stubborn. He did go to Eastern, for sure. You did it. You had to go there for the ice rod. Yeah.
Alright, so we got Blaine in Go mode heading into Turtle Rock. And Gamachu and Technolink making their way into Ice Palace. And they will both be in Go mode shortly.
I can't ever remember Stogie Town actually giving an interview, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's not coming, but we'll see.
He said he will come. He's waiting for an invite.
Okay. Usually the bot is supposed to send that.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it doesn't work properly. Alright, Technolink skipped? Okay, he skipped Ice Tea Room for now. In the meanwhile, while we're waiting for Stogie Town, we had a third place finish from Collinks95 with a time of 1 hour 33 minutes 33 seconds. Fourth place was Thelane with 1 hour 33 and 42 seconds. And in fifth place, Pink Kitty Rose, 1 hour 34 minutes 37 seconds.
All right, so it sounds like we have now been joined by Stogie Town. How you doing?
I'm good. Just let me know, is my microphone like staticky or good?
It sounds okay to me.
Yeah, it sounds fine. Maybe you could turn it up a little. Yeah.
So we have to talk about this routing that happened here.
And Ice Palace for the win, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean, so
That's worked all week.
apparently you have this like major aversion to going to pod without the hammer. Because not only did you go Pen and Ice Palace, I can understand that, but you also throw in the first chest in Swamp. The levels of Galaxy Brain required to pull that one off. That's all I'm saying.
I was looking at Ice Palace for the hammer. Nope. Got the hint that there's something in Thieves Town. I'm like, oh god, it's probably there. And then something on left side Swamp. So I get flippers off blind. I'm like, all right, I'm going to Swamp. Like, the first chest. Nope, it was Quake. What do I have left? I mean, I literally all I have is I now have access to East Dark World. Pyramid got powder. I'm thinking, all right, like hammers behind the magic bat.
It did not occur to me that you actually didn't have access to pod until finishing Thieves Town. Wow.
Yeah, it just made sense to gamble. I mean, you had that one check in Swamp Palace. You had. It's a nice. I was hoping for a hammer in Ice, then I was hoping for a hammer in Thieves Town, then I was hoping for a hammer in Swamp, and it didn't go until I had flippers. And then I was what? Ice Rod from Go? I was banking on Green Pendant.
Yeah, so did it occur to you at all to maybe try for that unique item on left side Swamp instead?
Ideally, if I didn't find it in Eastern Palace or Green Pendant, I was going to check the chest in Thieves Town. I was going to mirror... Well, this is also good if I didn't have hammer. I was going to mirror in and check the magic bat, and then I was going back to Swamp. That was my last place to go, as far as just staying, like, in my local general area.
Fair enough.
Gamachu collected his Ether Medallion and is in go mode. Technolink, I'm not quite sure what happened, but he's back at the start of Ice Palace.
That's unfortunate.
I didn't see how he missed the Ether Medallion. So he's got to go all the way through again. Boyne, meanwhile, finishing off Turtle Rock, and he'll be heading into GT. Yeah, it was almost close, Stochi, between you and Boyne. He went to Ice Palace, and then when he got that hint about an item on left side Swamp, he mirrored out and went to Swamp instead. If he had kept going and got that Ether Medallion, it actually would have been a pretty close race.
Oh, he got the hint and failed?
Yeah.
Basically, all the other three runners, like, they went into... Like, they might have gone into Swamp and got the Quake Medallion, did Meyer, or not. Either way, went into Ice looking for Ether, and found that hint and were like, nope. Like, all three of the other runners just left as soon as they found it.
You know,
honestly, all day.
I felt like I probably missed flippers at some point, but after I got the mirror, then I got the cape, then I got the fire rod, I tried to leverage that, went to finish Skullwoods. I got, what, 20 rupees in the back? So to me, if I'm following the logic, where's the fire rod take me after Skullwoods? I'm going to go into Ice Palace. Granted, I don't have flippers, but I'm still looking for the hammer. I figured I missed the flipper somewhere stupid. But at the same time, it's Pendant Swamp Palace, right? I don't need flippers.
Yeah. The funny thing is, yeah,
3 or 4 races were a pet. Close enough though, with all dungeons required.
Yep. Well, except for Aga.
Yeah, close enough. But thanks for commentary, guys.
Yeah, no, thanks for running. You had a great race.
Came in second. That's good for me. I'm content with that.
Did you have a little
the Ultima for winning? GG's, dude. That was a really good run.
Did you have a little bit of jitters there at the end?
No. Honestly, I was annoyed. I was practicing hovering like just before this, and like I had like 7 or 8 clean like hovers, like going right past Moldorm, and I failed again. Every time on the restream, I failed to hover. It's depressing because I can do it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of times where it's just like you get it in practice, and this is a lot of people. You get it in practice, you do it on your own, and then when it comes down to the race time, it's like nope, just not gonna cooperate.
I don't know. I wanted to do Tile Room too, but the big key was so free.
Yeah, true.
You gotta make it entertaining for chat. Like, I don't really care how I place. I just want to have fun. And if I can do silly things along the way, I'm gonna try.
Fair enough. All right.
Thanks for the restream. Thanks for tracking. Thanks for commentary.
Yep.
I'll see you guys either for the daily inverted, which is happening right now, or 9 o'clock. But thanks again. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for joining us, and we'll continue following these other runners.
Yeah, you're certainly welcome to stick around if you want to chat with the other runners when they finish. But if you want to head out, that's understandable as well.
Okay. That's that.
In the meantime, so we got Blaine. He's got his big keys heading up. He's just past the gauntlet, actually. Gamachu making his way through Turtle Rock, and Technolink just heading into Turtle Rock. Let me read off some of the other finishes. In 6th place was Cassidy Moen with 1 hour, 35 minutes, 53 seconds. 7th place, Lin 1 hour, 38, 34. And in 8th was Frostbite 3030, 139.01. 9th place, Bonta, 139.51. And, well, that's all the finishes we have so far. We had quite a few forfeits as well, which is certainly understandable. This seed not the kindest by any stretch.
Yeah, let's have you force dip all 3 pendant dungeons for no reason. I'm on board with that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but Stogie Town's routing definitely unorthodox, but it really worked out perfectly in this seed.
Routing is easy. You just gotta follow the logic. If you get items, you just sometimes you have to be willing to make those galaxy brain plays and just go to the place nobody else is gonna go. And if you're right, you might win a race. If you're wrong, you could always forfeit unless you're on the restream. Then you gotta.
Then you gotta stick it out.
You say that, but you dipped into pendant ice without the flippers.
I did it.
So how do you explain that?
I did that almost every single daily I've been in this entire week. The one yesterday 2 o'clock, Monday at 9 o'clock. All the ones that I won this week, I dipped in pendant ice. I mean, it's a good play.
I've been seeing that play be done more often lately because of those hints. They really do add a lot of value to Ice Palace.
So much value. So much.
Although today it was mostly just debated on those hints.
Yeah. I don't know, it sent me back to Thieves Town. I really thought the hammer was there.
Oh yeah, you hadn't gotten the flippers at that point, so yeah.
I don't like going into Thieves Town without the hammer, and I don't like doing the first 4 if I don't have the mirror. So that first trip I didn't have either, so Thieves Town got abandoned for a very long
time. The flippers were on blind. Yeah.
Alright, Blaine is on Ganon. Gamachu on Trinex, and Technolink about halfway through Turtle Rock. All 4 of our runners with Gold Sword and Silver Arrows, so Ganon should not be a difficult fight for anyone.
So we've got Gem in 10th place. I don't know if we mentioned that with a 144.14.
Yeah.
Wayne does miss the torch glitch, but that's not a huge deal when you've got the silver arrows.
For anyone wondering, there were a total of 29 entrants in this race. We've had 10 finishers and 6 forfeits.
And GG to Dwayne, finishing it off with 11th place with a 146.16.
Yep, and we'll see if Blaine wants to come in for a chat.
Alright, so Gamachu checks the right side first, finds a key but elects to go left.
That's good for him.
Yeah. I have this weird route in GT where I don't decide whether I'm going left or right until I've gotten the first 2 on the right and the chests in the Stelphos room.
Yeah, I kind of mix up my routes a bit, but normally I go right side if I get the key there. Blaine is going to pass on the interview. Says he not feeling so well right now. But we'll give our GGs to
I don't
Blaine.
know if it's the seed that did it to him or if he's actually just feeling sick, but I hope he starts feeling better soon.
Yeah. He says, just imagine me saying I shouldn't have read it over and over again. I think he's referring to that hint in Ice Palace. Well, Blaine, you were not the only person that got baited by that.
I'd like to think that I would continue in Ice Palace if I found that, but I might get debated as well. I don't know.
Yeah, this was a tricky seed.
Did anybody know what happened to me at the hobo? Because I didn't.
Okay, so we think there might have been like an accidental trigger of exploration glitch at some point, and that put you on a different plane from everything else.
I was invisible, and I was trying to fake Flipper. I'm like, wait a minute, where's my string? And then I got to the hobo. I'm like, wait, he won't talk to me.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've had that happen once before to me. I don't know exactly how it happened. But yeah, you kind of disappear, and it's like you're in exploration glitch state, but in the overworld somehow.
So,
yeah.
So you went. Did you say you went invisible, like when you went into the water?
I think I got hit by a crab, like just before I was setting up the fake Flipper, like on that screen just before.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
When you get hit in the middle of a jump, that actually is going to trigger exploration glitch.
I don't think it was in the middle of the jump. It was like right before the jump. Like, you know the bush that you usually line up in NMG? Like, I think I got hit by a crab before I was lining up the bush. And then, I don't know. I was invisible. I didn't know what was going
on. By the way, just wanted to give a quick shout out to our trackers today who were Math Girl and literally Jen. They did a great job. And they're always crucial towards making these streams run smoothly.
As I tend to say, I can't even track my own stream. Read sub messages, not hints.
Boyne in chat, he subscribed and said, oops.
Yeah, this was a very interesting scenario for a lot of people. Now, it does look like all of our runners are poised to get a sub 2-hour time, even with this, you know, all pendant dungeon dip required situation.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So I feel like I would have gotten, like, super debated in this seed, because I think I would have, like, dipped Turtle Rock without the ice rod, the way I'm thinking about the way I would play it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can easily imagine people skipping Eastern Palace. We had another subscription from Pan Gold. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for that. Supporting the efforts here on the channel. Yeah, the Agatu patterns were not pretty.
No, especially with those blue balls.
There's 5 cycles for Gamachu.
Alright, Gamachu moves on to Ganon as Technolink makes his way through the gauntlet. Just quickly, we've had a couple more finishes since playing AK Drizzt, finishing in 12th with 147.22. And looks like Old Man Sunshine has just finished with a time of 1 hour 52 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yep. Gamachu should be finishing pretty soon. And I mean, let's be entirely fair. Basically, if you finish this seed under 2 hours, that's a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Considering you had to dip all the pendant dungeons at some point.
Yeah, the only way to have a really good time, like Stogie Town, was with some very, very unorthodox routing that just paid off perfectly.
Man, I always have unorthodox routing. Every seed is different. This is randomizer. You're never going to have the same setup. You give whatever the seed gives you. Random take it, or random give it, or random take it.
Very true. And there we go. Gamachu finishing off Ganon.
Alright, GG to Gamachu. He finishes in 14th place with 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 55 seconds.
We'll see if Gamachu decides to join us here. Technolink, meanwhile, sitting in the first torch room using a blue potion because he ran out of magic, but there's certainly nothing wrong with that. That's what they're for. We are being told, Stogie, by some of your viewers that you are kind of a fan of the blue potion.
Oh, always. If you have money and you have the flute, why not have them? I mean, bad things happen. Look at my moth fight. I had the worst RNG for moth. I only needed 1 more hit, but I still had to pop a blue potion. I'd rather be safe than...
Yep. So that's a vote of confidence for safety.
There's nothing wrong with safety strats. Like, cape strats are the best strats. Like, burner strats. I mean, you don't have to have the best execution to be good in rando. You just have to be able to understand the logic, and when items are presented in front of you, know where to go. But playing safe, man, like, imagine I had to kill Cold Stare, and I have, like, 4... Like, imagine I'm playing inverted, and I'm killing Cold Stare with, like, 3 hearts, green mail, fighter sword, and a hammer. Of course I'm going to want to have the potion. It's situational. You never know when things are going to go bad, so it doesn't hurt to have a blue potion.
Yeah, I'm also kind of on board with that. If I got the flute, I'm almost always going to pick up at least one potion before heading up to GT. Unless I'm on like red mail, half magic, lots of hearts, I'm gonna want at least one potion.
Alright, so I haven't heard anything from Gamachu yet.
Gamachu says he's going to pass on the interview. He says he's too tilted from that, but he does say GG. Meanwhile, Technolink is not far behind. He's on Aga now. And then deal with these terrible Aga patterns. Oof. Gets a double there.
And we're heading to the Ganon fight. If this continues in the current fashion, it does look like the sub 2 is probably real.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we see JR Racing Fan finishing at a 15th with a 154.33, and Soleitu finishing at 16th with a 157.24.
Yep. Oh no.
I do believe there's a fairy though.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be on to phase 3 with some iframes to dodge these bats. And that's gonna end phase 3. Time to light the torch and get ready for the final go.
Yep. Just 4 silver arrows should be, unless he takes a fall or gets hit, should be pretty quick here. Ooh, almost had the setup for a double, but just misses by probably
there we go.
Just a pixel or two. Gets it done on the next cycle. So get your GGs in chat for Technolink.
Technolink finishing it up with an official time of 1 hour 59 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, and he comes in 17th place. So all 4 of our runners finishing sub 2 hours on a pretty tricky seed that required dips in all pendant dungeons, as well as having the hammer in pod, which is never fun. So pretty impressive
not
runs
exactly
here.
Early either.
And we'll see if Technolink wants to join for a quick chat. And finishing just after Technolink was Bressingham with 1 hour 59 minutes and 21 seconds, getting a PB actually. So congrats there. But looks like, oh no, never mind. I thought Technolink had joined us, but
that was one of our trackers stepping out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, he's there in the chat.
Yeah, so hopefully the bot will send the invite out. In the meantime, just want to give a second shout out. Our trackers today were literally Jen and Math Girl.
Yep, keeping track of all the icons on the screen so I don't have to. Certainly wonderful to have around. So, once again, this is the daily race series for Link to the Past Randomizer. There is another race going to happen later tonight on as part of the Speed Gaming Race series. And it will be a standard mode at 9 p.m. on Speed Gaming 5. So make sure you hang out for that one.
Techno looks like he's having a little bit of trouble not sending. The invite is not sending, or he's not receiving the invite. Hopefully, we can get him in here. But while we're waiting for Technolink, why don't we just have a quick look at what's coming up. There's a daily tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That will be standard mode on Speed Gaming 5. And let me just load up the schedule and we'll see what else is happening.
So it looks like right now we've got some of the French and German tournaments going on over on different channels here, as well as some other speedrunning events. We've got some of the Messenger happening just right now. We've got Super Mario 3 Randomizer happening around 7 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern, and plenty of other actions all over the Speed Gaming Network. So, as far as I can tell, I don't know exactly what's going on with the Discord invite, but we may not be able to get Technolink in for the interview here. We'll see.
Yeah, I think he's not able to receive the invite for some reason. So, unfortunately, I think.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to do it for us today.
Yeah.
Once again, I want to thank Bwayne and Gamachu and Stogietown and Technolink for putting on an excellent show today. I want to once again thank our trackers, literally Jen and Math Girl, and of course, my co-commentator, Edium. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, and thank you, Dr. Bob. This was a lot of fun, very interesting seed, a very good race.
Absolutely, no problem. And once again, thank you to everyone here for watching. And yeah, I think it's about time to wrap things up. So, unless you guys have anything else I'd like to say or you'd like to say.
No, just have a wonderful day, everyone.
All right. I will just say that I have been Dr. Bobtastic. And for all of us here at Speed Gaming, I will say thank you, everybody, and good afternoon, good evening. See you later.